The 41st Quebec general election was held on April 7, 2014 to elect members to the National Assembly of Quebec. The Quebec Liberal Party under Philippe Couillard won a majority government of 70 seats, while the incumbent Parti Québécois finished second with 30 seats, becoming the first single-term government since Jean-Jacques Bertrand's Union Nationale government was defeated in 1970. It marked the lowest seat total for the Parti Québécois since 1989 and its smallest share of the popular vote since its inaugural run in 1970, as Premier Pauline Marois lost her own riding. The Coalition Avenir Quebec under National Legault made minor gains in terms of seats despite receiving a smaller share of the popular vote than in the previous election. Quebec solidaire won an additional seat, though co-spokesperson Andrés Fontecilla failed to win his riding. At the outset of the campaign, the Parti Québécois had a modest lead in the polls and appeared to have a realistic prospect of winning a majority government. However, the party's support began to collapse rapidly after the party announced Pierre-Carl Legault, the president and CEO of media conglomerate Quebecor, as a star candidate. Legault's conservative and anti-union business background was widely criticized as being at odds with the party's social democratic history. And his outspoken support for a third referendum on Quebec's sovereignty quickly sidelined the issues including the Charter of Quebec values and the corruption allegations against the Liberals, the latter of which had contributed to the defeat of Jean Charest's government in the 2012 election which the party had identified as its primary campaign themes, alienating many voters who had little desire to revive the sovereignty issue. Timeline: September 4, 2012 the Parti Québécois wins a minority government in the 40th Quebec general election, and Pauline Marois becomes Quebec's first female premier. September 12 the Liberal caucus unanimously approves Jean-Marc Fournier as interim leader. September 19 swearing in of the cabinet members. October 30, the National Assembly of Quebec sits. November 4, Amir Khadr steps down as co-spokesperson of Quebec solidaire due to party rules that say one co-spokesperson must come from outside the legislature. December 2, Quebec solidaire chooses Andrés Frappier as its interim co-spokesperson. February 21, 2013, the Parti Québécois narrowly win a confidence motion on the budget by 52 members to 51 members. February 24, Claude Sabrin resigns as leader of the Green Party. March 17, Philippe Couillard is elected leader of the Quebec Liberal Party. May 5, Andrés Fontecilla is chosen as co-spokesperson of Quebec solidaire. May 21, MNA for Blainville, Daniel Rech the copyright, is suspended from the CAQ caucus. June 13, an act to amend the Election Act for the purpose of establishing fixed-date elections is given royal assent. June 19, Jean-Marc Innocent resigns as leader of Option Nationale. Nathalie Dufour becomes interim leader. August 9, Liberal Vieux MNA Emmanuel Duberg resigns to run in the Bourassa federal by-election. August 26, Liberal Outremont MNA Raymond Bachand resigns his seat, and leaves politics. October 26, Option Nationale elects Sol Zanetti as its new leader, with 67.4% of votes. December 9, in by-elections, Liberal leader Philippe Couillard is elected MNA of Outremont with 55% of the vote, and Liberal David Hutel is elected MNA of Yor with 60% of the vote. January 20, 2014, Fatima Houdapin leaves the Liberal Party to sit as an independent over disagreement on the party's stance on the Quebec Charter of Values. February 20, the Parti Québécois government table a budget before a 2-week recess, sparking election speculation. March 5, Lieutenant Governor Pierre Duchesne dissolves the National Assembly, on Premier Pauline Marois' request, and calls an election for April 7, 2014. March 22, deadline for nominations. March 28, returning office open for advanced vote 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. March 29, returning office open for advanced vote 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. March 30 and 31, advance polls open 9:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. April 1, the Electoral Commission, Elections Quebec, was criticized as Anglophone students have been rejected the right to vote although they have in some cases been Quebec residents for more than 4 years. April 1 and 2, returning office open for advanced vote 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. April 3, returning office open for advanced vote 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. April 7, Election Day. Polls open 9:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Incumbent MNAs who did not run for re-election, party standings, summary, detailed analysis, notes, the party designates David and Fontecilla as co-spokespeople. The party's power is held by the general meetings of the members and a board of 16 directors. The de jure leader recognized by the Chief Electoral Officer of Quebec is Pierre-Paul Streetunge. A party contested the 2012 election under the name Coalition pour la Constituante. Party did not nominate candidates in the previous election. Opinion polls. 1. Results among likely voters, pre-campaign period. List of candidates, Bas Saint Laurent and Gaspé. Copyright C Allée de la Madeleine, Saguenay Lac Saint-Jean and Quartier Nord, Capitale Nationale, Morrissey, Estrie, Montreux. Copyright Al, East, West, Outreau, Abitibitar. Copyright Miscaminga Nord Duquay. Copyright Bec, Chaudière Appalaches and Centre Duquay. Copyright Bec, Laval, Lenaudière, Laurentides, Monta. Copyright Ra. Copyright Guy, Eastern, South Shore, Media endorsements, Parti Québécois. Copyright Bar. Copyright Qua, Le Devoir, Quebec Liberal Party, La Presse, Montreal Gazette. See also, 40th Quebec Legislature, Politics of Quebec, List of Premiers of Quebec, List of Leaders of the Official Opposition, National Assembly of Quebec, Timeline of Quebec History, Political Parties in Quebec, References. External links, Chief Electoral Officer of Quebec.